Hello.
Hello. Welcome back.
I feel like everything's messed up. Okay. I don't know. Welcome back to Wicked Honest True Crime
True Crime
Fridays. Don't
Fridays.
say the episode number.
Okay.
Please, God.
All right. I will.
It's killing you.
I think it's 14.
Okay. All right.
Pretty sure it's 14.
Yeah, so welcome back. Last week we had our resident attorney on.
Yeah.
That was I feel like people enjoy the show better when it's not just us.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fair.
When Joe's on or Richard.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then I'm sure when we have some other guests that I'm excited about that we're just seeking some permissions to get on. And we'll see what happens with that. And I do want to make another call to action. And I did say this on the Facebook group, and there were some people that were thinking about it, that it would be awesome if anyone would come on and we want to humanize Sue. Just this is nothing to do with the murder, anything. Just if you had any
Somebody that knew her.
Yeah, and I get all these stories. I get people reaching out to me all the time and telling me these great stories.
But it doesn't land as much as someone telling it authentically from their heart if you're just repeating it.
Oh, it doesn't. I'm like, I'd love if you come on, and I know that they're nervous, but I'm like, we don't have to talk about anything else except the nice deed that she did or whatever. And
Yeah, whatever it is that you remember.
Yeah, and I'm sure her family would love to hear these stories because I'm really enjoying them, and I just
Yeah.
repeating it doesn't do them justice. I didn't experience it, but I love hearing the stories. So think about that if anyone, and reach out. DM, email us, wickedhonest1@gmail.com, or just shoot me a DM.
Yeah,
and
on the Facebook
we'd
page,
love
the
that.
Facebook page, our Wicked Honest Facebook page, the Su Taraskiewicz Facebook page,
Yeah, the group,
Instagram, DM,
yeah,
TikTok. I mean,
reach
we're
out-
everywhere.
reach out, and we'd love it if you nothing to do with it. You could know nothing about it. We just want to talk about Sue, who she was as a person, and all that.
Yep.
So we'll talk about it. Just do a disclaimer really quick. We're talking about the cold case of. Well, I wouldn't say it's cold. I'm gonna stop saying it's cold because
The open case.
It's the open case of Susan Taraskiewicz, 27 years old, Saugus, Massachusetts girl from 1992. She was a Logan Airport employee, went out for food, did not come back, and then was found in the trunk of her car in Revere, Massachusetts, where I'm from. Carrie's from the North Shore. We're North Shore people. This is a North Shore case that has been a stain on the community, I always say, and Sue's image was on a billboard for many, many years. And I did find out, and I'm hoping I can talk about this soon. This really exciting thing is coming up, but I'm going to share it as soon as I can. I just want to get all my I's dotted and T's crossed.
Yeah.
Would your light go out again?
Yeah, it's always going up. Just keep going.
The billboard was actually the first billboard in Massachusetts. I'm not in Massachusetts where they featured someone murdered.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and now it's like that happens.
Yeah.
You see like missing. I have glasses I gotta wipe off, but that was the first.
Yeah.
And she was up there on I think 3 different billboards for like 10 years.
Yeah. Yep. And it never changed. It was always the same.
Yeah, and 2 of them were different.
It's the same.
And then the one that always stood out to me, and I guess this was strategic from what I'm told, that there was and I think you guys on the North Shore could probably remember, it's her, and it's the image on the Facebook group, and an image that just always sits in my mind, which she was in a wedding, it looked like, and she was actually, and with flowers, and sort of an off the shoulder dress, and was always just stuck with me.
Right. Yeah, that's that image. Was it the same 3 billboards have the same picture?
No. There was one with just her in her airport uniform. I have that. Maybe I'll add it to this episode. And then her airport uniform was like black and white. And have you seen Sue's? Did you see her car or something that happened? I'm not sure.
Okay.
Then another one was different too.
Okay.
I think that the one with the flowers,
that was on
if I'm not mistaken, was right across from where she was found. It
was way before that. It was right when you came over Route 1A, right when you came over. It was right at Addison Street, which is where my father's shop was.
It was closer to the airport then?
Way closer to the airport.
Okay, because there was one on the other, then it must have been the black and white one or something. There was one across from where she was found.
Okay, yeah, then that must have been a different one.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Because I forget.
Because that's how I know it's so
not too far apart.
I drove down that street to my dad's shop my whole life. So
maybe you're right. Yeah. And I believe the other one was on Squire Road or something. I don't know. But I mean, I think it's etched in everyone's memory from the North Shore and beyond, anyone that travels that route. But anyway, we are everyone is innocent till proven guilty in a court of law. We are not accusing anybody. We are just working this case, talking it through. We're saying some names that are in public filings that they're pretty common knowledge names. And then some names are changed. Some sources, obviously, they want to remain anonymous and things like that. And I will use the word source and informant and all that. But we're just here to discuss the case, and guilty till innocent till proven guilty. So I wanted to say the Facebook group, I thought this was interesting. I put a poll up.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see?
Yeah, I did see that.
What keeps the Su Taraskiewicz case from being solved after all these years? And I wanted to see what people thought. And I just put a little rundown of the case. And the choices were fear, corruption, evidence lost over time, loyalty, silence. And then someone added, someone knows something. And then someone else added all of the above. But overwhelmingly, corruption was chosen. So I found that interesting. So there you go. And all the above kind of stands to reason too, but
Yeah.
who knows? But I think a lot of
I think I put all the above.
oh, really?
Yeah, because it's just such a mixed bag, I mean, I think it's a mixed bag of different reasons.
Yeah. And as we're working through it, and the more I'm talking to people, I gotta say that my opinion thus far, and take it with a grain of salt, but it does seem, at least the beginning of this case, that there was either a poor investigation, a lack of investigation, whether purposeful or not. And we're breaking down some things that, and you and I can't really get over this one, and we don't know this to be true, but when we're breaking stuff down and figuring out where she met her demise, right? And there's only a few places. She obviously didn't make it to Beachmont Roast Beef,
I
right?
can't with this, yeah.
We have some inside information, and we'll get there. And we're working it through. We're not trying to hold stuff back. We got to get there, and we got to, again, cross our T's and dot our I's.
Yeah.
Where they parked their car was, I'm told her car was parked right over by, and I'm not sure exactly what this was. I think the airport, there was central parking. It was lackadaisy back then too. You could pull right up front, and sometimes you'd do that.
Kind of park wherever.
But then I was told by a source that was pretty good that she parked over by the post office in the airport, like wherever that was. Employees parked over sort of there.
Okay, I don't know where that was.
I don't know either. But I guess this was common. So I'm like, if she was, now don't forget, we're going to be graphic sometimes, and I don't want to be, but it's the story.
She was brutally
murdered.
Yeah, right.
The blood was soaked through her trunk, stabbed multiple times.
I think more than we realize that, you just think she was stabbed to death, or they say,
No, the blood was soaked through her trunk.
Yeah, I feel like it's not really, it's played down how brutally her.
And I think that's probably purposeful. They just say she was stabbed and not sexually assaulted, because they're not going to give anything away. I would assume that's purposeful. And there's people, obviously they know pretty much what the work. I think they have a good idea of what the murder weapon might be, and they're not going. In some cases, they do say, though, like, she was stabbed 50-something times. They do say that. I never remember seeing that ever in this.
No, me neither.
Very minimal information. Very minimal information.
I didn't know. I thought she was like stabbed once, and
that's all it ever said was like stabbed. I think they said stabbed, beaten, and strangled. I think that was out there in the beginning, but I'm not even sure if in the beginning that was said. I know by the time the Wall Street Journal hit and stuff like that, but that was a couple of years later when they were really. But there wasn't a lot of information. I just remember the Wall Street Journal article, and that it was a little bit more detailed, I believe. But at the time, I don't recall that there was not a lot said, and that could be purposeful. But so we were just shocked, and we don't know that they didn't canvass this area, but this crime scene is so small.
We're gonna take that ride.
Lots of people involved.
Yeah,
pretty much. Lots of potential suspects.
Yeah,
but as far as the crime scene,
geographical area, right? Yeah, isn't where her car is parked the first place you go?
She
And
didn't
then
make it to Beachmont roast beef.
do you know in the like we've done FOIAs and whatnot, but what I would really love to get my hands on is the write-ups of directly after she was found. I know it was some time. It wasn't immediately right after.
30 hours later.
Right. So how do we find out what the investigation that entailed? Did they immediately go to where she parked her car?
Well, I want to know this.
I mean, that's what I would do.
And I want to, hopefully a FOIA request will come through, or actually, this is a question I need to ask the investigator again when I speak with him. And I have heard from multiple people, my sources too, that, so don't forget you have the Mass State Police, the homicide, they're investigating. You had Revere Police on scene, found Revere Police, right? But the airport has their own Mass State Police.
Oh.
And I've heard wonderful things about them from airport employees. I've also heard not wonderful things, that they have quite a little crew. So who was the investigators at the airport? Would that be MSP Airport? Right? Because how is there not a massive crime scene where this car is parked?
Where it was parked.
Right.
Sorry. Yeah.
How is there not?
How is it not completely blocked off?
How is this not investigate? Like, how is this not? How is there
we don't know
DNA?
that that's where it happened, but if that's where it happened,
well, we don't know that maybe they do know where the crime scene is. Maybe they do.
But that's what I'm asking you. So how do we find out, because it's still an open investigation, we can't really get our hands on that information? Or
I have FOIA requests out, but I'll ask that question actually. I'm going to ask that next because I want to know who investigated that and was there a crime scene besides the car?
Does the Mass State Police then call the airport Mass State Police and say, hey,
that's what I'd like to know.
With the employee parking, we need to shut it down.
Shut it down. Who investigates over there?
Did they come over?
Did they all come together as a team or what?
Right.
Because that would be Mass State Police Logan's jurisdiction. I don't know. It's always so crazy when there's so many organizations involved.
Yeah, and then the FBI gets involved.
Yeah, and sometimes it seems to me, and I know that needs to happen, but sometimes I think that it makes it worse.
I was actually talking to a friend of mine that was a cop this morning, and we were talking about the CPAC unit and what entails them taking over a murder. Like with the Karen Reed stuff, it was John O'Keefe was a cop, or whatever. With this stuff, it was what? Because it was on a highway. Like, why did Mass State Police and not take it from Revere?
Mass State Police always manages homicides unless it's Boston.
Okay, so if it's a homicide, your local cops give it up to the CPAC.
They give it up. They don't take it.
Yeah, and the CPAC actually decides whether or not they're going to take it.
What's that?
That's what he was telling me this morning.
So local cops can take it.
I think they can take it.
That's accurate, because I'm like, there is murders where local
cops he said we would, if we had a body, we would call the CPAC. Lead CPAC would say, we'll take it. We won't take it. You keep it, yada, yada.
Yeah, I bet if it's an intricate case or it's a little bit more involved, but if it's sort of, we should research that, like
I mean, her body was found on the highway also, and that's Mass State Police jurisdiction, even though it's Revere, isn't it? Because they do.
I don't know about 1A.
Yeah, I'm not
maybe
sure.
Like 95 or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. So anyways, they did take it.
Well, we need to write some stuff down for Joe. And now I guess the CPAC, he's heard from the grapevine, and I've heard too, that now CPAC is more centralized. There's like one location in like Framingham or something like that.
They just go to.
They operate out of there. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if that's true either.
That's a good question though, because what does CPAC then call Logan State Police? And I mean, it seems kind of crazy.
I don't know. It's like, how many cooks are in the kitchen? Like, I can't.
But also, was where her car was parked when she left completely shut down? Was Beachmont roast beef completely shut down? There's places that they know she intended on going.
Okay, so they didn't even payphones in the area, right? Now payphones are far and back then there was a lot of them, but they're still far and few between. There's not a payphone everywhere, right?
Few and far between.
Yeah. So you got the payphones at Beachmont roast beef.
Yeah.
You got the payphones. Me too.
Yeah.
You got the payphones at over where the car was found. There's a diner there.
Yes.
There was two payphones there, I know.
Yeah.
And I was told that they weren't dumped. They weren't in the Beachmont roast beef either.
They didn't trace. They
No.
didn't go in and trace.
Which-
Can you do that? They might.
Yes.
They can, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because who knows
Like,
who could
of
have made a
course,
phone
like that's
call or
the
who's
diner
calling.
or the Beachmont roast beef, like 100%. Let's just get those calls. And I don't know about Beachmont roast beef. I was told the diner
Was not.
no.
That's kind of crazy.
But other than that, there's not many payphone, then you got the airport, but I mean,
Yeah, but
and then interestingly enough, so then like there was a report from my source that, and this is old through their notes too, that there's a woman, and I always assumed, well, I shouldn't say assumed. I have some sources, and I don't know this for fact, but I believe she met her demise at her car, as I said, where she was parked. And now we don't know that for fact, but
that's an easy crime scene. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say an easy
No,
crime
not
scene.
easy, but-
Not easy, but that is a very distinct crime scene.
Yeah.
We don't know what they have from that or what evidence they
Yeah,
have.
and I shouldn't speculate that they didn't find that and investigate that. I shouldn't say that. I don't know why I'm saying that, because they could have found.
Well,
the crime
because you'd
scene.
think that would be a big no. We found she was located at the airport.
But yeah, that was never said.
Right. It was never said to
It
the
was
public.
her car at the auto shop.
Right.
Was seemed to be the crime scene. No one ever said, no, the crime scene. Well, there'd be two crime scenes: the auto shop and
Right, where they found the body
Yes.
and where she was killed, where they believe
And
she
that's
was killed.
never said. It was like, was there?
It was never said to us. It was never.
It was
It
never
was
said
never
to the
said to the
public.
public. When I say us, I mean the public.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know how much of the investigation did they share with people. I mean, maybe her family has information that we don't. Who I don't.
Yeah, and
know.
hopefully
I
we're
feel
gonna
like
be finding
Joe
out some more soon.
would know, and
Joe
Sean
didn't
would
know. No, they didn't know what the crime scene.
Yeah,
was.
see, that's crazy.
But
They
I have talked to some sources where they have said that is the crime scene.
Correct. Yeah.
But was that, and I need to follow up with that, was that knowledge after the fact? Was that present day? Was that canvas forensically analyzed, all the things, was that found then?
Yeah.
Because
That's a good question. I wish they would come back with.
And I do know that there's definitely some DNA. I'm not sure how much or anything like that, but maybe it was from that crime scene. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would.
The
just
car
look
too.
for
You got the
from
car, you got prints. And again, it seemed like this to me and to people I talk to that are professionals. This does not seem like a planned crime. This was sort of messy on the fly.
Yeah, right.
Sort of crime.
Right. Yeah.
But I thought this was interesting because if she didn't make it to Beachmont roast beef, right, then, and they got her at her car. But eyewitness testimony isn't always reliable at all.
We'll discuss this with oh my God.
Yeah, and going through a lot of
I'm gonna throw my microphone.
Reports and notes, and all these things are contradictory a lot.
Yeah, well, we learned that from the girl that made the report that she saw the car in the morning. Although I will never. The one thing that won't escape me from that is where she said, was it when the boyfriend called and said they found a body in a car at my thing? She said, was it that blue car that was parked there?
And honestly, I found out a little bit more. So I don't want to say, again, this is not carved in stone. I did find out a little bit more through a source about the guy at the auto shop that there was some questionable behavior there. There was some insurance fraud and things like that. Does that mean he knew about a murder? No, that doesn't mean that. But
it just means he's
the
the guy you can bring your car to.
But we don't know. Also, just putting it in your head, was that brought there on purpose? Was that car going to be crushed? Did he know that car was there? And I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying, did he know that car was there
and
denied that it was there?
And the employee found
and then she said, oh yeah, it's there. And he's like, oh no, it wasn't. We don't know.
Right.
Maybe he lied.
That's true.
That's true. So,
but it definitely never
she
ever
sounds like
my head that she said, was it that blue car?
No, she sounded his girlfriend, a lady friend, whoever he was with that day, the owner of the auto shop where Sue was found. When you read, and I think I'm a good judge of character.
Was it the owner of the auto body shop where he was found, or the owner of the auto body shop next door?
Yeah, next door.
Yeah, so that's different. That's huge. That's a huge.
But they were both sort of like,
kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're very together from what I'm told.
Okay.
But reading her statements, this girl knew that car was there. I mean, and not there.
The fact that she said,
Was it
the
that
blue car? Was
Yeah,
it
so
that
when
blue car,
when
random blue car
he
that was
called
there?
her, the owner of the shop called her, as we said in a previous episode, the next morning, and he said, "You'll never believe this. They found a body in a car at my place. Next to he's Alpha. Everything I've read is from Alpha, even though the cow was found right at Bravo. But it's literally next. It's
It's
on
the same lot. Yeah,
it's
yeah. And she said,
was it that little blue car parked? It was very specific, and it
Yeah.
was like, come on.
yeah, that's a whole different ballgame than her just saying she saw it.
Yeah, no
And she
way.
saw it, and then she
No way.
referred to it, and then she.
And the time frame we got from a source that we've spoken with that was, and we'll get into this a little bit later, that was under the influence of drugs and alcohol, said a different time frame than she put the car not there. What was it? Not there
When
at
they,
8, 9 in the morning.
which is late.
And then we have a source that puts the car there, although they were under the influence of drugs and alcohol, earlier than that.
Earlier than that.
Like,
Yeah.
sunrise.
Both of them could have messed up their times.
Mess up the time.
Yeah.
I would venture to guess her time was, she's going the pewter pot. She's dead sober. That time's a little bit more accurate if you're, I don't think she's there at 6 a.m.
I know, but dumping a car with
Our-
hot blood in a body in the
at
middle
9
of
a.m.
9
9,
a.m.
10 a.m.
That is insane. Right in plain sight on that highway.
And what are they doing? So they put our time of death around 2-ish, somewhere in that vicinity.
yeah, so
What
what
are
are
they
they
doing
from
all this
2
time?
to,
They're not driving around the car a lot.
because we know that from the blood splatter. There's not enough blood splatter, whatever you call it,
Yeah.
in the tire wells.
What are they doing? Cleaning up somewhere?
I don't know, maybe her
a
body
I'm
wasn't
trying to
even-
find I'd love to find out, is there any public bathrooms around there? That should have been canned. Maybe it was, but like, because there's blood on them.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. That seems weird dumping the car there at that time.
Yeah, it does. Oh, it definitely does. Yeah.
I
But
don't
that's a wild time to dump.
like
That is a busy
I'm dumping
area.
it right after
And
out
you're-
of that. Like,
You're not, it was the Sunday, right? That the car was dumped? The Sunday morning?
well, they found her Monday morning. Yeah. So Sunday was Sunday. Yeah.
It was Sunday.
Right.
You're talking about an area that, regardless of businesses being open or closed, is the road to all the shopping. So busy
Yeah,
on a
big,
weekend.
yeah.
You know,
I wouldn't be driving that car in any type of daylight.
I wouldn't be if I was gonna dump it, I would have dumped it down in Suffolk Downs, where you pull in and just get out of the car.
That's
is
why it was
plain
always
sight.
a little. I think that's why there was suspicion around this auto shop, and then we talked earlier about the connection to some airport workers at the auto shop. That
Because was it going there for a
Understood.
specific reason, and they weren't worried?
yes,
about
like
getting out
why
of the
was the car there? Suffolk Downs has a massive, dark, ginormous.
Also, the other
parking
thing
lot.
you have to think of. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, but you as the murderer know that this woman left to get food, right? Or supposedly left to get food. You have
We don't, if it's planned and coordinated. We still will not. We're still just saying,
Right, but
we
still,
believe that
you-
obviously.
you have to think that they knew she was whatever, however they knew where she,
No, it could, I mean, if
They could have been
some people
just
think it's a random killing, a serial killer. Who knows?
right.
We know that's not probably true.
So you have to think they're expecting her back at work. So they could be looking for her. There could be an APB out on the car. There could be a bolo, like, and you're just driving this car, or
Yeah.
in the plane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because not every. So if people at the airport are involved, which we believe they were,
Yeah.
that knew what was going to happen.
Not everybody was in.
Not
on it.
everybody.
Right.
And she has friends.
So she's got Joe Schmo
that's a
over
good
here that's
point.
going, well, suited and come back. That's a little weird. Okay, we're gonna punch her out. Like this whole bizarre thing that I always think is crazy anyway. But also,
I don't know what they're.
we're not even gonna tell anybody because what if Joe Brown said, I'm calling the cops. She never came back. And now they have a bolo out looking for her car. And
Yeah, that's a good.
someone's driving it around and dropping it off in plain daylight in literally the busiest street in Revere during prime hours of the morning.
It is strange, though. I will tell you this, being from that area, when you go up, so when you're driving 1A and so you're going to go into Revere, you go up like sort of a little bit of a hill and go around into the Bell Circle. It is darkish over there.
It
It's a
is.
weird, wonky, like, you don't see it. You see it, but you
And
don't.
maybe it was even worse with the auto body because the buildings were there, that it's
Yeah,
different than it
it
is
was
now.
set back, and it was you really don't, and then when it is dark there, it is dark there. There's
Yeah,
no
but it's not
light.
dark at
No, it's
9 in the
daytime. No,
morning.
I know. No, I know. I know.
But if
I wouldn't be driving the car. Are they
Yeah.
just sitting there? I don't know what that would be doing.
they had to drive it, someone had to drop it off. So it
Something's
was driven
weird
at some
about
point.
that.
And so that would make more sense as if somebody knew that the car was coming there. You know,
That
what I
would
mean?
make more sense.
Then I would feel more comfortable as the
Because it's
murderers
like,
put it off
listen,
there.
don't bring it there. Now I'm getting there at 9 or I don't know.
Bring it there at 10 after I leave for my ride. Or I'm not accusing anything. I'm not.
No, we're
saying
just
that-
talking it through.
but
the owner of that shop has passed away.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Right,
I
he
reached
says
out
that,
to his son, but we're not saying anything about that. We don't. This is just speculation. We're just working it through. There's never been anything proven with this man at all.
Yeah, but so you'd say, oh, it would make a lot more sense if the people that were dropping the car off there in the busy morning hours of a highway in Revere.
It's Sunday, so it's not as.
Yeah, but
it's
don't
still
forget,
busy.
it's still, but that's where we all went shopping. That's where Bradley's, and you go into up Route 1.
Bradley's.
You're going up Route 1.
Bradley's was in Chelsea.
Or whatever it was, Sears, whatever.
Yeah, you
stuff
know,
like
it's
that.
definitely busy.
It's busy. You're going.
Anyone coming from the airport, anyone going up north.
Yeah, we would come from the airport, go by Kahlua Hawaiian in East Boston, take a right at the Madonna, and go straight up Route.
Yeah, no,
1A,
it's
you know?
definitely busy. It is a good spot though. It's set back, but at 9 o'clock in the morning, I wouldn't be risking that. And I want to know, what are you doing from 3 o'clock in the morning till 9 a.m.?
Yep, me too.
Like,
and,
you're
and
just
I feel
sitting
like the blood. I feel like, again, to the blood theory, maybe the body wasn't in the trunk for that. Maybe it got put in right before they drove to. Well, I guess it had to. No, because then it was sitting. Then it was sitting in the lot for another whole day.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so
But I just going down
was
interesting.
Speculation.
So, like, there's a statement from a woman who worked at the airport. I'm not going to say her name. She was an aircraft cleaner at Northwest, and she was supposedly the last person that saw Sue at about 1:30. She puts on, which would be Sunday, September 13th, right before she went. She was leaving to get the food, and she was walking towards the gate. Stopped and spoke, exchanged hellos, just continued to her assignment. And then she said that was about 1. And then she said she saw Sue driving a half hour later, driving past her towards the Eastern Terminal. And she stated that Sue was alone at the time.
Driving.
Which.
So she was outside walking, working, and she saw Sue drive by.
That's what she said.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I mean, she left.
Oh, no, not if she's met her demise at.
Oh, right.
The airport.
Okay.
So that's just a note there that, again, reports, but I'm like, that just throws a wrench in it. I mean.
Right. Well, that would mean, and that just goes to eyewitness testimony. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's just crazy.
I feel like some people like to hear, when I read through the stuff too, I hate to say this, but some people just want to hear themselves talk. Because I'm like going, why are you divulging this other shit? Like, what?
It has nothing
it
to
has
do,
nothing
no benefit to the case.
It's almost just like, oh, I thought I saw her. It's like, just
I saw
stick to the
I
facts,
saw a blue
man.
car. You know, I saw.
Well, I mean, at that time of night, there's not a lot of traffic going through there. So it's like,
yeah.
And I guess, could they have stopped her? I don't know. But this is just one statement that I found interesting.
Yeah.
And so I just have some, and it always goes back. It's so frustrating because there's so many tips that have come in to me. I pass it on to Mass State Police, the people that, and people have reached out numerous times, and I talked with them, and I think people are just sort of like, it's scary to call the police. Let's face it. It's scary to call them, to go there.
Well, no good deed goes unpunished.
No,
and you
it
worry
doesn't.
about what
I call them and I'm like, oh, geez, because where we grew up, I don't talk to police. And here I am talking to police.
well, that's the thing. It's like, you don't know what situation you're going to find yourself in once you open
No.
yourself up to.
So I think sometimes it's easier for some of the people, since the Facebook group started, to reach out to me and say, hey, I've had a lot of this, like, where can I have some information, I've been holding on, blah, blah, blah. And then where can I direct this to? And obviously the answer is to stay. I direct them, I give them the number, but I also feel like they need to just talk it through and get some support.
Yeah.
So I find myself as sort of a therapist lately, like, and I understand because I'm scared too. I'm like, listen, this is not easy.
Yeah.
And I get it. You're shoving stuff down, whatever it may be. It might be nothing. It might be something. I don't know what you want to say. And sometimes they'll share something. Sometimes they don't. And I've had, excuse me, I've had a couple of people reach out and they want to share something with me. Keep talking and then they go silent. They just ghost and they must change their mind or something.
Yeah, that probably happens their whole lives. If they've been
Yeah,
holding
like
on
one
to
of
this
them,
for how
one
long.
person said I've gone into the police station multiple times and like I walk out.
Yeah,
And I don't know what she has to say, but
that's unfortunate.
yeah, and I put a post on the Facebook group and we said we would talk about the psychic this episode. We're gonna wait for Joe with that. And we're just going, I'm gonna talk about some tips in a minute, but I just lost my train of thought. Welcome to menopause.
Yeah, I just keep yawning. My whole life. This is not the show. It's not, all I do
That's
is yawn.
nice for the viewers.
Yeah.
She's insufferable. Her partner's insufferable. The whole thing, she just doesn't care.
Oh, I'm eternally exhausted.
It's just unfortunate because I said I put a post on Facebook because I want everyone to know we're in this. We could be in this together. I'm scared. You're scared. We're all nervous about this.
Yeah.
But we don't know fully what this completely entails and
Mhm.
things. And it's 30 something years. I think there's a lot of I know there's a lot of people gone in this, but we don't
Yeah,
know.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
people have passed.
But this is bullshit, and I'm just sort of sick of it. I keep on my diet tribe every episode, but I'm like, I'm just sort of sick of like, why are you able to get away with this shit?
Yeah, well, there's more than
And I
just this
get it.
matter.
Shit goes down, and I said I am not a hero. I am no hero. All right. Some people roll up on me and say, shut your I'm probably gonna shut my mouth. I'm not an idiot. I'm from Revere.
we were we were talking, I'm on the dating apps now if you're watching Tuesday's
Oh.
show. And I
You think there's plants?
I just happened to talk to somebody that was a cop and she's like, do you think he's a plant?
He's a plant. I don't trust nothing. I'm like, they're gonna plant cocaine in my car. I'm crazy. I go bonkers. Cause I think the worst.
I'm saying you think I can't get a date. It's just a plant.
Yeah, it's a plant. It's not really.
He doesn't really like
you. No.
Yeah.
But we're all nervous, but this is, I'll tell you, Marlene, when you watch the episode, watch the show she's on, read a little bit about Marlene, and I'm hoping to share a little bit more about her. And you'll see on the Facebook page too, I post some interviews with Marlene. There's a ton of them, and I'll post some more. I mean, watch this woman. And think about if your daughter, your granddaughter, your friend, family member, she's not giving up. She doesn't give a shit. And you'd be the same way.
Yeah,
that was my son.
100%.
My son.
Over my last mission.
Friggin',
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of shit.
Yeah.
And why do these people get to? Because there's a lot. I'm going to be brutally honest here. There's people involved with this. Fact. Right? I'm not saying who did it.
There's multiple
people
Yeah.
involved with this that are living their lives in
Yep.
nice houses and nice little jobs or whatever and have nice little families. And you know what? Fuck off. I'm sorry.
Well, the other thing that I had said to Diane this week when we were discussing it was when some of these, one of the people from the past that was questioned was OD'd. One of them drank himself to death.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of substance abuse and things like that. And we're going, why can't these motherfuckers leave a letter? Excuse my
Yeah, I'll
French.
never understand that.
Me too. If it
Leave
you're
a
on your
letter.
way out, what do you have nothing but Judgment Day in front of you? Why can't you just give it up? If
There's a psychology with that, I think. I think they fully convinced themselves they didn't do it, or like they something.
Well, I think you'd have to. Or
There's a psychology with that. Like it's
maybe.
I'm already at 37 minutes, but
Yeah, why don't you share a couple tips?
let's give you a couple of tips that I think going through some of these tips from my source and their notes. I have a newfound respect for police. I don't talk to them. That does not mean I don't respect them. Okay.
As we tell you to come talk to us so we can talk to them.
I said that, and I wrote an article one time about that. On my blog, I wrote, I feel like a hypocrite because I'm like, I don't talk to police, but hey, go talk to police, but like,
Yeah.
no, in this case, if I had information about this 34-year-old
Yeah,
case,
this is
I'm
different.
talking to police. I'm going to tell them what I know, unless it's risking my family.
When someone knocks on your door and asks for your son, you say, he doesn't live here. Who are you?
Yeah, that's different.
Those are the police.
That's different. You don't. Yeah, we don't do that. But like this, it's 30 something years. If you know something, and a lot of people, let's face it, you dated one of these shit bags involved or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
fucking spill it. I'm sure they would treated you like shit.
Oh,
You
100%.
know they were shitty
100%.
people.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say all of them, but because I do think there was some that didn't know what was fully going to go
And a
down.
lot of, and some of the women have passed away, which is a shame because
They have, and
probably
I've
a
found some
really good-
names. I've researched some names, and I was on a hot trail, a couple of them, and I'm like, we got breast cancer, we got an overdose, we got like these women, because I would like to talk to them.
Yeah, because they're the ones that would have the brains enough to just blow it out of the water. Because fuck these people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and I'm sure they put up with a bunch of shit.
yeah,
And I'll be honest, I've talked to a couple of them that are like, fuck this asshole.
yeah.
But they're
100%,
scary. They're
yeah.
scary people. Some of these people are scary people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh,
how
they were
scary
scary
are they?
back then.
Abusers.
Yeah.
They're older, decrepit, some of them now. I'm not saying, look, there could be other people involved in this that might be a little bit, we don't know fully if there was corruption here or there was some type of organized crime. And I'm hoping to talk a little bit more about that because I'm going to be investigating that a little bit more. But as far as I know, it doesn't seem like this huge. Are the people out there that doesn't want this coming out? Yes, of course. At the links they're going to go today, I don't know.
Take me out, man.
Well, no, don't take me out. But
if you've been watching Tuesday, you know.
yeah, sometimes I feel that way. But I'm just saying, enough is enough. This woman shouldn't have died.
Yeah.
And Marlene,
It's her mother.
family
At this point, it's her family.
Yeah.
Was it just her and her sister? Was it brother?
No, Marlene's lost her. Marlene's one of 11. She's the only one left. She's lost her husband, her son. Her son died like 15 years later after Sue. And then she has her daughter, Deb. She has a daughter.
3 kids and she's lost 2 of them.
She's lost 2 of them.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And what did the son pass of?
I don't think I'm going to speak to that.
Okay. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
okay. So she's got one living child.
Yeah.
Like, this is a mother's nightmare. Just a nightmare.
It's her quest, and she's not going to rest ever till
She should. As she should.
Put your big girl pants, big boy pants on, and come forward. And let's be brave together. We can do this together, guys. Like, and reach out and reach out. We'll talk about it. I'll direct you who to talk to. And I think they really want to close this case. I think they really do.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say I have a newfound respect for cops sometimes because I'm going through all these the notes and the tips and all these things, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. There's just such wackadoo things.
Tips, yeah.
But there's some like,
well, there's a reward. Don't forget.
There's just stuff like, did you investigate this? They're just calling to tell the police what to do. I think you should look at this. Did you look? And
well, we
see if
just
the
did.
car
We just did the
this?
same thing.
I know, but yes.
But that's because we don't know. I think it's as the public, you're like, but did you look? Did you? And chances are,
but that's not a tip. That's like
that's right.
instruction.
Yeah, that's us talking it through. That's not a tip.
Yeah. So like here's one. Well, this one. Well, maybe I won't say this one. A woman knew about a credit card ring that was connected to organized crime.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say that. Names a bunch of people. And that comes up a lot. And don't forget, at the time, Whitey Bulger was a big deal at 1992. And there was a lot of names at the time that were. So I think with what happened with the credit cards and Sue, everyone assumed there's a connection there. Like, it was just an assumption. I think we all did.
Yeah.
But that's talks about Charlestown Code of Silence. I don't find this tip incredibly credible because it just says all the catchphrases, like Charlestown Code of Silence. It just seems like they know a lot about that kind of stuff. And it says has friends in the police force. And it just, I don't know. Don't love it. But this caller says, used to work with Sue, standing near the chief's office, overheard a conversation between some employees. Says he heard someone say if anyone interferes with what we're doing, they're going to be dead. Name some names, and if anyone interferes with us, the dead says it was before the investigation regarding the credit card. Says he spoke to the police. Another name that's familiar. He didn't feel comfortable giving more names. Already given enough information, but did talk to police. Says all the men involved are senior employees. Interesting. Caller is calling on regarding the murder from another show, and thinks she knows the people who killed her. She heard someone remark that they knew who killed her.
Another show? What are you talking about?
The caller was calling on information regarding a murder from another show, but
this must have been the tip after the Dateline episode, not the Dateline. The
maybe America's Most Wanted.
America's Most Wanted. Yeah. Okay. So she's calling about something else.
Her boyfriend supposedly said that he would kill her if she said anything about the credit card theft. Gives a name. A lot of the same names come up, I'll tell you that. Even if it's just first names, but lots of names in Revere, East Boston, Winter Ball. There are a lot of the same names anyway. The thing with these tips is tons of people call, and so many people knew about the credit cards because it was huge.
Yeah.
So it's always like, caller says scared. She became aware of the credit card scam at a store in New Jersey. Wawa in New Jersey.
Well, they had their girlfriends go in and be cashiers,
Yeah,
but they.
In New Jersey.
Wow.
The store had problems. She had her tires slashed. She went through the same thing. Windshield crack. She claims she's found 5 to 7 credit cards under the register. So this is just someone who's had a familiar experience. There's a lot of that kind of stuff. And a lot of people give names, like call him, he has information. It gives a name.
That's great. I'm sure they appreciate that.
Oh, this is from a PI that said 60 Minutes had an expose on baggage handlers of Northwest Airlines who were involved in drug dealing and credit card scams. He said the union was behind these scams.
Like the union was aware of that.
Yeah, and we've heard that before.
Mhm.
Interesting. I'm not saying in full what these say, obviously, because I'm not going to. Some stuff a lot's redacted for my purposes. Lots of people call if they want to make a comment on the story of the crime. Works at the same company. She's been through the same thing, sexual harassment.
She worked for the airline.
Yeah. Some posters were hung in the office of herself, picture taken of her face transformed into nude pictures with different bodies. None of the names that were mentioned on on one of the shows about the case sound familiar. And so I'll tell you this, when I went through these, we talked about Minneapolis. A lot of these people,
Mhm.
a lot of calls are from Minnesota and Minneapolis.
That's weird.
So there's a big connection there. There was a person I did reach out to that's an actor now, and he overheard people. He has a pretty big not full famous really, but an IMDb, and there was a tip that he heard people talking and said that they did it, blah blah blah, and that was in Minnesota. So like Minnesota, it definitely
Didn't Robert Brooks live in Minnesota?
Yes, a lot of them, and people. No, there was a lot of transfers from Northwest here to Minnesota, Minneapolis. So it's like, and then we talked about the credit cards coming from the plains of Minneapolis. So I wonder if on the other end of were they doing something? It never says anything like that. They just knew the weight of
Just
the
a
cards and
strange
stuff.
connection.
It's a weird connection, but I don't know. Interesting. I don't know. That's just weird. Oh, Carla says the main suspect, in his view, is the man who threw the victim's radio. That would be Robert Brooks. That's just that's his opinion. He's calling.
That's nice. That's nice. Thank you for your opinion. So.
Yeah. A lot of people just say the same thing. See, she was a whistleblower. She was this, but it doesn't say facts and stuff like that. And I'll tell you this: that there's a few very good tips, and a lot of these tips come always back to two guys. She walked out of the airport, and some of these notes that I have also from a source that says 2 uncles. I learned what uncles mean: unidentified males.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, I didn't know. I'm like, what's an uncle? 2 unidentified. That's cop lingo.
Oh.
So there's a lot of 2 uncles, and she's with 2 uncles coming out of the airport, 2 uncles at the airport. So there's a lot of that. Lots of 2 guys. But the 2 guys I talked about before always vary. It's an Everett and Malden guy. It's a Saugus and Strip guy. It's a East Boston, 2 East Boston guys. It's like always different.
It's multi-layered too, because you think if there's organized crime involved, are they orders come down from somewhere, people carry out certain things differently, like there could be 2 guys here and 2 guys there.
I also think sometimes, oh, this is good. Call in Revere, claims he's a psychic, says the person we're looking for is a white male, sandy brown hair, 6 foot, 250 pounds, works out regularly at Nautilus Plus in Revere. That's pretty psychic. That's pretty specific.
That's pretty specific, yeah.
We all worked out. I worked out at Nautilus Plus.
Yeah.
Caller says that a
pretended
lot of
to.
Northwest employees work at the Nautilus work out there. Caller says to check membership records of those employees. Caller says the man has a round face but freckles. The man is arrogant. Doesn't know what car this man drives. Caller says the man wears Northwest clothes to Nautilus and changes there. That's a psychic tip.
That seems like
That's oddly. I think that's someone just saying they're psychic, going, "There's a guy I think did it,
yeah.
and I'm psychic.
Also,
I don't
yeah.
know this. I don't know."
Imagine having to sit there and take some of these calls.
The calls and the notes in interviewing these witnesses and stuff. It's like, I don't know how they do it. It's
Yeah.
like I would just be like,
shut up.
no wonder why the cops, I'm sorry, but they're notoriously known for some things, like some alcohol. We're nurses, same, but
Yeah.
anytime you're dealing with the general public,
Yeah.
it's like there's not, they're probably just like,
There's not enough drinks in the world.
the rage
Yeah.
and the alcohol, like there's not enough.
Yeah, well, we know because we deal with the general public.
No,
constantly.
anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. And they must just be like, I hate you. And I understand that. I understand.
They must get together and talk about it like,
lots of just speculation and things like that. And I will save some of them for a later date. I need to go through some of the funny ones because this one was kind of like, it's like, this caller said victim of similar discrimination as Sue. Caller went to school and gave the dates he went to school, but doesn't say where. I don't know what relevance that has.
Yeah, that's important.
Wants to leave name and address so that if the family wants to contact him about his similar experience, he would be happy to talk to them. He would. It's like, caller thinks we should give lie detectors to the people who are the suspects. This is a theory. Caller did not have any information about the case. Thank you very much, caller. Thank you.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
No, it's not funny, but it's like, this is, and there's definitely some great tips, but it's like to weed through this.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to leave it at this with the 2 guy thing. And we can do some more of these another time when there's filler needed here and there. We could just add a couple, whatever. I do sort of think though, with the credit cards, there's so many of these guys involved, right? And let's face it, some of these guys are shitbags, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is something with, they know Sue got killed, they're involved on some level because they're involved with the credit cards, right? Or maybe some of them knew what was going to happen. We definitely think and know that was the case. You know some of these guys, they're at the bar sometimes and like and they're just like, don't mess with a girlfriend. They're just like, yeah, I freaking killed someone. Like, they'll just say shit like that.
Especially they're all fucked up on drugs.
Or drugs or something.
Yeah.
Or they have a girlfriend, like, don't fuck with me because I'll do what that doesn't even mean they did it. Like, they just say shit like that.
Yeah.
There's people like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they make me, they're gross.
Most of them are from East Boston, spoiler alert.
They're all over the place, but.
You know how I'm allergic to East Boston. I just like to.
I know, you don't love East Boston.
Yeah, so I think most guys.
She's had bad experiences with guys from East Boston. I'm not a big New Bedford fan.
Same, I think, right? East Boston, New Bedford.
Similar.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways, on that note.
Yeah, so we just like talking it through again this episode. We're gonna try and have Joe on next episode to do the psychic report. Then hopefully have a special guest coming up.
Yeah, we have a lot. Like we're doing a lot of speculation this time and just going through a couple tips and stuff. But we have a lot of stuff coming up. It's just all in the works and getting approvals, and so it's just
some stuff. I don't know what we can talk about. FOIA requests hopefully will come in too. We have a couple people. I said we're hoping to come on the show. Our attorney's going to come back hopefully with the follow up of what happened with Robert U.S. versus Brooks.
Yeah, I'd really like to.
And Robert Brooks, you should come on the show. Come on down. You should come on.
Yeah, Robert Brooks, why don't you tell us what happened?
Tell us what happened. Because we'd love to hear it. Honestly, I invite that. Let's be clear. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty. If you want to clear your name, and there's a lot of you might not have had anything to do with some shit.
I would love to clear my name if that was me. I would be like, yeah, of course I was a kid. I had some shit to do with
We can edit. This is not live, and I will respect anyone who wants to come on here drives the bus. Yeah. I will edit whatever they want edited. They can be anonymous. They can black out their face. We full on respect that, and whatever you need to do, an attorney or something, but you clear your name.
Yeah.
Your name's been dragged through the mud if you had nothing to do with it. Joseph Nuzzo, like, your name's been dragged through the mud.
Yeah.
If you had nothing to do with it, come on, let's talk. But anyways, thanks for coming. Thanks for being with us. Join us Tuesdays. Don't forget Dunkin' Donuts. We do our monthly, and Mary, who won last month?
Mary
Mary.
Sliney.
Mary Sliney won last month and she got her Dunkin' gift card. And don't forget, so comment if you want a chance to get a Dunkin' Donuts gift card, comment in one of the shows, give me my dunks, and you're entered to win. Like and subscribe. Okay, so that's it. Like and subscribe.
Join the Facebook page.
Join the Facebook page. Please sign thechange.org so we can get the U.S. attorney to maybe take more of a look at this. It's on the Facebook page. I believe I have it pinned.
Su Taraskiewicz.
Case discussion and awareness is the Facebook page.
Yep.
All right. Cheers to Sue and cheers to staying alive.
See you next week.
Bye.